Hello, and welcome back to the Kiki Delivery Service ToonBoom Harmony rigging tutorial. Whew! Try saying that 5 times fast. Well, today I'm going to be using ToonBoom Harmony 15, so this may slightly vary depending on which version of ToonBoom you have. This section, I will admit, is a lot harder with ToonBoom Harmony 14 since they changed in this version the way the cutter works. It requires less node views, it requires less nodes from the node view library, and anyways. This is going to be the very simplified version of how I will set up the AutoPatch and the cutters to hide these separate parts that you can see the lines for. Like, say you can see the wrists where the wrists meet, you can see where this tummy meets. We can find ways to actually hide this. Alright, so let's first start off with the tummy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first find out where this piece is. Okay, so this is the skirt. And pull that off. Make that go there. Okay. Very good, very good. Anyways, I'm going to add a piece. So go to nodes or insert drawing. Going to call this skirt handle. We're going to need two parts here specifically, the skirt handle, and then we're going to need the skirt auto patch. Now this isn't the actual auto patch, this is just a drawing layer that will have the auto patch on it. Technically you can have an auto patch node view. Like, let's see, let me pull it up. Auto patch. Okay, so there's the auto patch. You could take the skirt and move it over here. Is that how it goes? No. Let's see, what would we auto patch? We would take the torso then? Take the torso, make the auto patch go over here. Yeah. Okay, so you see it covers up the line. But the problem with this is it only works really for one view. And if you try to start nudging things, like let's say I auto patched this hand and I wanted the hand to go over top of the body at one point. Right now it's behind the body. The way you nudge is you go and you can go to the Z layer depth, the Z layer depth or Z layer depth, and then you try to move the percentage of it so it is in front of the body rather than behind. And so when you try to do that for different views or for different animation scenes, it won't work with an auto patch. The auto patch will break and the hand will just stay visible and you can see it like this. So you kind of don't want that. So I'm going to show you a different way so it doesn't break. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm going to show you an example of what Kiki's rig would look like with all her auto patches on. This is what she looks like with all the auto patches on. As you can see, there is no visibility. And as well, there are these weird things right here, and I call them handles. And I have her tummy right now. And as you can see, this is moving a section that is auto patched that hides the line in there. So as you can see, we need to make a handle so that we aren't constantly grabbing the piece that's here, because not all the time you will be able to see it, but at least with a handle you can know that there is a part there and you can grab it. So this makes animating very easy, and you're probably like, but I don't want all these dots here. Well, The thing is, when you start animating, and then you also want to final view it, the dots disappear like magic. But actually, it's not. It is something called coming over. Let's see. Let me find it. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, this is actually the handle right there. And here is a node that you can get from the node library called Remove Transparency. The way this works is that the handle is actually has a slight transparency on it. Here's the color for the handle. I called it marker points. And I made the alpha lower, so this remove transparency will remove anything that has a low alpha to it, or a slight transparency, so that when anything goes into its final view, let me bring up the, okay, so this is what the remove transparency layer goes. It says remove color transparency and remove alpha transparency, and I have it on 100% threshold, so that whenever you go into the actual render view, it will not show up at all. So that's how we handle the handles for this rig. So what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to make a handle. So I'm going to actually copy the bow color. Copy. Or actually I can just press this little the addition button and it'll make an automatic copy. I'm going to call it, again, marker points, but it's actually just a handle. Then I'm going to actually go in and lower its transparency. It doesn't matter what number the transparency is, so long as it's not up to full capacity, so that it's actually not transparent. So yes, make sure that it is transparent. And then we're going to take this color and going to make a circle. First, let's add a composite. So I'm going to go to no library, look for composite. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add a composite. Add that there temporarily and add that there. Alright, so now this is attached to the, also I'm going to do the same for the skirt handle. Okay. Alrighty, so we got the skirt handle. We're going to make a circle using the color. And then we're going to bucket tool it in so it's easy to grab. And there we go. I'm going to go one step further and delete that. Okay, so now we have something that's actually grabbable. And now we're going to go to the skirt auto patch. We have the dress. I'm going to make sure that that is the right color. Yes, that is definitely the right color. Okay. And so for the skirt auto patch, I am going to do the same thing, except I'm going to make it slightly larger so that I make sure that it actually does cover up her tummy. Then I'm going to bucket tool it in, and then again I'm going to get rid of the line. Oops, too much. Just click and delete. Okay. So now I'm going to go, I'm just doing this for order's sake. So I have the skirt auto patch there, and I have the handle here. I'm going to go and add that remove transparency. So I'm going to type that in, remove. Remove transparency. As I mentioned before, I had the threshold at 100. And since everything's automatically checked off, that's all we need to do. And then you're going to add the handle on top of the remove transparency. Get that off. Okay, and okay. I'm going to make a peg here. Peg. And add it right here into the body. And then I'm going to take the skirt patch and also add it to the same, add it to the skirt handle, so that now if I press the peg and have it on animate, they both move together. Alright? But now you see, if we just left it like this, it is covering the skirt, but as you can see, it's not really auto-patching or cuttering anything. It's not entirely useful like that. So what we need to do now is actually add in the cutter and the auto-patch. So first, we're going to need the auto-patch to... Oh, we also need a composite. So let's see. Looking for a composite, and there we go. Okay, so we got the composite. I'm going to add it here. I'm going to then have... I'm moving this here temporarily to this composite. I'm going to add this auto patch right here. Actually, let's take a cutter too. And I'm going to attach the cutter right here. And then we can take the composite, move it here. Actually, I don't think we need this composite now that I'm seeing. Sorry, the cutter tool has been changed, so I'm still getting used to this, but alright. Very good. So we're going to invert this. So now, let me grab these two. So I'm not going to invert this just yet. I'm going to figure out where we put it. Now let's see if this works. Alright. And as you can see, this now is showing up. The reason why this is turning so awkwardly, I was wondering what the blue thing was, but that's where the pivot point is. You can easily fix that. Let's see. Pivot point right up here. We'll just move it. And there we go. The pivot point can be permanently changed to right there using this button. The rotate button up top. So if I grab this handle, I'm going to press, right now I have just the handle part, press B, got both, because when it turns yellow, you're grabbing the peg. Alright, so that is your first auto patch with a cutter. And a handle. I'm going to move this over some. See, you can still move the handle as far as you need to and still find it. Okay, so that is our first handle. The cool thing is we can change this. We can repeatedly just copy paste what we need. So instead of me making brand new handles and stuff like that, I'm going to be a little bit lazy. Let's see. Let's do the hair next, because as you notice, parts of her hair is showing up. I'm going to just add that in. I'm going to copy, paste special, create New. Always create drawings. Okay. Seems good. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. We've got a brand new copy of that. That should be its own separate parts. I'm going to add it. Is this where the hair's at? That's the bow band, that's the bow. Okay. Bangs. I'm going to guess that the hair's over here. That's ears. That's head. Okay, yes. Definitely hair is right over here. Nope. Let's see. Oh. Okay. I see. I see. I'm going to paste the special in here instead. Going to add it to the composites. So that's on top. Add it to the port. Alright. Now let's see where it's at. There we go. There's our little duplicate. And then we're going to take the auto patch. And let's see. Okay, so that's not going to work. I'll go out. I'll leave this place. Left pane, right, middle, back. Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. Going to get rid of that. Put it. Let's see. That is that piece. That is that piece. Alrighty. Let's see if I can Frankenstein this in. Gonna put this on top. Gonna take this, add to the hair peg. Kind of messy. Let me move this up here. Okay, hair peg. It's up there. And all the pieces should be right there. Okay. So auto patch. Where is my auto patch? Gonna move this there. Gonna move the auto patch over here. Maybe? Okay. Take this piece and not quite working. Let's see what's wrong. Okay, this one will require 2 auto patches. So we're going to need, because you're not just auto patching one part, you're auto patching 2 parts the way this was made. Well, technically it's going to be like multiple parts, but we're auto patching this section. So auto patch, pull this out. Then we're going to need an extra composite. Let's see, where's my composites? There we go. Okay. So we're going to take this part and this part, put it there. So we're going to auto patch. Let's see, that's the top of the hair. Okay, I see what's going on. Looks like I tried to make this before. I'm going to delete that. Delete that. Come on, delete. Alright, now it works. At least I think it does. Let's see. We can test. Nope. Wait, gotta grab both. Yeah. B. Very curious. Curious indeed. Okay, I see what's going on. Delete. Alright, so sorry, this is a little bit confusing. I'll explain it better as soon as I get this finished. I think it's done. It might be done. Let me see. it's finished. So we don't need 2 auto patches, we just needed 1. And as you can see, that piece is now covering it, but it is the wrong color, but that's easy to fix. So I'll go into the node view and move this around so it's a little bit easier to see. Yeah, we don't need this composite. Delete. Alright. Again, I'm very not used to the new way ToonBoom is set up, because now the cutter tool is very, very easy to use. So all you need for this, for getting all the multiple parts here, is 1 auto patch attached to the top back layer of hair, and it'll go and cut everything involved in that. And I also have it attached to right here so that it's over top of all the other hair pieces. And also the pig is up here along with the rest of the hair, so if it ever needs to move, it will move along. And as to fixing the hair color, we'll just go and press the skirt auto patch, would actually now be technically the hair auto patch. We'll go look for the hair color. We'll change this to being repaint. Again, click on that, and we'll go and I think just layer. Okay, and there you go, it's fixed. Now the hair is auto patched to the rest of the hair, so the back hair does not need to be seen. And again, if we just move it around, you can see what it looks like if it wasn't there, where you can see like this part showing up, this part showing up. Just move it back over and boop, all done. I'm gonna move this, make it slightly smaller, and also fix the point, the pivot point, so it's right over here and not being completely deformed. And that should be good. Actually, let me make sure that the whole thing is being pivot pointed over there. Yep. Okay. And that is how you can quickly copy and paste. And so I'm going to just do this multiple times for the hands. For hands, this section here. I gotta delete these other areas. Delete. Oops, not that one. I'm seeing a bunch of other auto patches. I'm wondering why. I don't recall adding them, but hey, we will fix that. Alright. So now let's start adding the other ones. Be special. Okay. Actually, I'll paste special over here so it's a little bit easier to grab. Okay. So first off, I don't need 2 of these. Also, I'm going to save just in case this crashes. ToonBoom rarely crashes, but it's still safe than sorry. Okay. So I'm going to grab this. Move it down. This is the left side, so we're going to move it over here. Make this part smaller. Awesome. And now I'm going to grab the auto patch. For some reason it didn't come with the auto patch, so next time I copy paste it, we'll have one. And there. And again, we need to recolor. Does this need to be inverted? No, it's already inverted. Move that. No. Nope. So AutoPatch shouldn't be on the upper sleeve. Let's see if we can try the lower sleeve. Okay, that works much better. And then all we need to do is just recolor it. So go to the dress color and take the recolor bucket tool, and there we go. Now that arm is auto patched, we can do the wrists next. Copy. I'm going to scoot this over some. Oops, not that much. Going to get that hand. Paste special. Okay. Auto patch. Hand. Also make it a part of the arm. Pink. Then grab that. Okay. It doesn't look like it's auto patching the wrist, so let's see if we just move the auto patch over to the wrist. Okay, so no, maybe it was the hand. I'm going to think it's the hand and then move this over. Yeah, okay, so we just needed to move the whole section over there. Okay. And now we just need the hand's color. Skin, recolor. And there we go, look at that. We're almost done. We're halfway there. Sorta. We also need to do the legs, but it's the same exact process. And then I'll show you how to do the mouth and the eyes. They're also pretty easy, but since this is something new, it may not be easy for you, but it will be if you keep doing this long enough. But this is just a bunch of copy and paste, so don't feel too bad about it. Come on. There we go. Moving you over. I'm going to copy. No. Copy and paste this. Okay. Make sure that you're pasting as a paste special. Because if you just do a regular copy paste, it's actually going to mess up the other patches. So careful with that. That can easily turn very ugly in terms of fixing it. Don't need all these extra parts. Okay. Auto patch this. I was going to add one more. Since it's the hand color, might as well just be like, yep. Here we go. Make sure it isn't as messy. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that out too. There we go. Okay. Patch to the hand. Awesome. And then I'm gonna put that to their pink. Good. Alright. Time to grab that. Come on. Going to move that around. Then it just needs recolor. address. Make sure you have that. And there we go. That is fixed. Then we're going to go here, grab it. And since it's the same color, we don't need to worry. And then just need to move the composite over. One more. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy. And so far, it's all auto-patching really nicely. So that's that. Oops. Looks like I copy-pasted the wrong thing. Yep, this is the exact problem I mentioned. Ha 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 ha. Make sure to copy paste specials. Delete. So we're going to copy and paste the special. I don't know why we need all that. Take that out. Okay. Now let's see if it copy pasted right. Yep, it did. Okay, awesome. Just flip that around. Scoot this closer. Okay. And the only issue here is that the composite needs to be scooted over one more. Boop. And there we go. I'm going to move this closer too. Alright, now we just have the legs left. I'm going to make this, let's see, I'm going to go here, just have the outline there so I can go back and fix it later. Okay, now for the legs. Sleeves, where's the legs? Give me them legs. Okay. So we'll definitely, again, need to do two, so I'm going to just spread these out some. Give us some space. And then we're going to paste special, Control B. And do the same thing. Auto patch, upper leg. Let's see. That's the left leg. It says left leg, but it's doing it to the right leg. Okay. So I may have had a little bit of a naming issue over here. Alright, so that auto patched that leg. I'm gonna paste special again. Move it over here. We are almost done with all these auto patches. And then all we have to do is go to cutter for the eyes and mouth. And again, that's going to be very, very easy. I'll move this down so I can see. Just to the foot. Yep, that's right. Okay. So now we got that leg done. We can do the same for the next. Piece special. Okay. Piece special again. Okay. I'm gonna grab that point. Good. Gonna grab that point. Alright. And that's done. We'll just grab the skirt. Bring that back. Alright, so her auto patches are all done. Now let's fix the mouth and the eyes. I think the eyes should be pretty easy. I'm going to get that cutter tool. The eyes have changed, so I'm gonna quickly make sure that this is how it should be. Mental. Okay. Let's see if this is how it should be. This is how we do it. Boop. What I want is I want the pupil and the eye shine to all be on one composite. So you go there, you go there. Come on, work with me. Awesome. Now let's add the cutter. The reason why I want a cutter on this is so that when this eyeball moves, come on. Okay, so when it moves, oops, I want both. Okay. See how it's kind of outside of everything? You kind of want that. With a cutter tool, that'll be very easy to fix. You want it to stay inside the eyeball. So let's see. I'm going to take the eyeball, put that there, and then we're going to invert it. And there we go. Now the eyeball should stay inside the white part of the eye. Ta-da! That easy. And then we just do the same for the next part. So take a composite just to make sure that the eye shine and the people are right there. Come on. No. Let's get this down. So. Okay. There we go. Then we add a cutter. There. And then we add the eyeball. Let's get this over some. There we go. Add it in here. Invert. And there we go. Both eyes are now cuttered. And again, make sure that you test it so that it actually works, and it does. So, that is done. That was painless. Now let's do the mouth. The mouth is a little bit different, but it should still follow a semi-similar pattern. So again, like we wanted both the eyeball and the eye shine to be together, we're going to want the top lip is not going to be cuttered or masked. We're not going to do that. The teeth are going to be masked. We want the tongue in between those. And there we go. Okay. And so now we're going to add a cutter. And then add the mouth. Invert here, sorry. Let's see. Something's not right. As you can see, the mouth is being cuttered, but not the way it should. Let's see if that'll fix it. Yeah, that fixed it a lot better. Oh, I see an issue also with the eyes. Okay, so make sure with the eyeball that you have at least one of it down so that the eyeball actually shows rather than the eyeball being cuttered. Now for the mouth, there's a little bit of an issue here. The issue is that it's being cuttered to the mouth, but there is the line art, and you kind of want the line art not to be cut like that. So we're going to look for the line art node view, or excuse me, the line art node. I'm going to add it to the mouth. I'm going to put it in front of the teeth and mouth and everything else. So there we go. The mouth can be seen like that. And I'll see if we need anything else for that. I think it's pretty good. I don't see any other issue with that. Yeah. That worked as it should, I think. Don't quote me. But next, to make the mouth closed, also I'm going to scoot the teeth and everything up a little more. Come on up, guys. Also, the mouth, or the tongue is... I'll put the tongue underneath. It shouldn't be in between. It should be underneath. Okay, there we go. So the mouth is like that. Everything is masking. I'm going to just temporarily let that be closed. And I'm going to add a deformer. This isn't really the deformer lesson, but just for a quick taste in deformers, we're going to deform the mouth. So to deform, you need ToonBoom Harmony Premium, because this feature only works there. So we're going to go to the rigging tool, Go to tool properties, we're going to go to the envelope. And then we're going to start adding some points. So one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. I'm just going to add 4 points. You may add more, but since I'm just doing this for a lesson, I will actually use this rig. I just not quite sure if I need more points or not, because it all depends. The more points there are, the more areas you can move it around with, and I'll show you in a second what I mean. But right now we're just making sure that it holds the outline of the mouth, because the way deformers work is you're going to be manipulating everywhere inside of the section. So you want these lines to be either in the middle of the line art, or you want it right on the outside of the line art. But you don't want it way out, or it'll mess up the deformation. And you can easily fix these deformation points by using the handles. But make sure that you have the point that it's at, that's where it'll be manipulated, so make sure you have that fixed exactly how you want it. Okay, now we're going to exit out. And as you see in the node view area, right between the peg and the mouth layer, this new part has opened up. So if you need to delete or add more points, you can go right here to add them or delete them. Alright, so to start manipulating these points, you need to have the transform tool on. Now let's see if I actually remember. Okay, yes. So you can actually grab multiple points if you highlight, I believe? No. Okay, so if you press Control and point, you can add more points to manipulate at once. So I click both of those. But technically that section is going to be covered up by the top lip. So let me add back in the top lip back into the views. There we go. So what I need to do to close this mouth is to grab that bottom piece. And there we go. The mouth has been fixed. And now I'm going to also add a deformer to the top lip. To get rid of the node view, or excuse me, to get rid of the deformer view, all you have to do is click show the selected deformation chain and hide all others. You click that, it'll hide that, and it'll do exactly what it says. Once you click on a deformation that you want, it'll press that again, it'll show that up, and only that one. But right now we're going to go into the building mode, and just warning, whenever you go into the rigging tools deformer building mode, this happens. Nothing is broken, nothing is wrong, but whenever you're going into the rigging mode, it sets everything back just for if you need to fix these points. So it'll show almost all of the deformers. I'm going to hide those by pressing that hide button. But each time you click that, all your deformers will go back in place. But once you go back into the animation mode, or the transform button mode, it'll go back to how you originally wanted it to be. So you can come across some weird looking stuff when you don't have the transform tool on, but don't worry, it isn't broken. That's just how it is. So we're going to go and add in some points. I'm going to start from the top and do again, add a point there, add a point there, add a point there. This isn't 4 points, I'm just adding as many points as necessary just in case you need them with anime. You can always delete points too. So don't feel a little bit stingy, but you can also mess up your rig too by having too many points, because sometimes they'll just really go wonky with it. Can't really describe it, but also when you're messing with the deformer tools, it may look like it's breaking, but it actually may not be. So if you ever need to make sure that your deformers are actually working, go to your render view down here. So once you get to that black thing, that means that this is the final view. And oftentimes your broken deformers, like if you have your arm with an outline bent too much and it looks like it's breaking in the OpenGL view, it may not actually be it. It may actually be adjusted in the render view so that nothing's actually wrong. So heads up, always check the render view when you're messing with your deformers to make sure it isn't breaking. Okay, I think this is done. I'm gonna add this a little closer. And there we go. I think that is a good top lip. And as you can see, we can now make her smile. And as I mentioned earlier, it may look like it's broken, but if we go to another view, it's actually okay. And here I'll turn it off so you can see too. There we go. See? A nice little smile. And that's how you mess with the deformers. This is like the speediest version of showing deformers, but I'll have another lesson. The upcoming lesson will go into how to add deformers to move the arms and hands around. But that's it for today. This was AutoPatch and Cutters and a little bit of Deformers, but we'll get into the meat of Deformers in the next video. Thank you for watching, and have a good day, and make sure you save!